Looks like we got some good network here. What's up, Patriots? December 18th, 2023, Monday. Day 1076 of FJB's BS. We're going to go over the 503rd J6 Vigil in a row today. And we got 46 weeks left till Election Day, November 5th. 46 weeks left to secure the election. Hey, Docs and Grandma. Oh, the watermark. I just can't ever remember that watermark. There we go. All right, thank you, Jane. Hi, Julie Jordan, Carol Burton, Docs and Grandma, hello, hello. We got some wind here noise, so I'm gonna try to move into a little protected zone here. I don't know why I can't remember that watermark, man. That's just baffles me. Baffles me. All right, we got a cool little scene here. It's not getting dark on me yet. How about that? Is the wind noise a little better? Yeah, Deb Bye. We got a contender in Jane Febo here. I hope the wind noise isn't too bad here. Alright, so how y'all doing today, Patriots? Had a great vigil last night. Yeah, Carol, that's cool too, you know. I don't purposely forget the thing, though. Alright. It's not too cold out. It is December. It's almost Christmas. And it's not that cold out. I don't have my winter hat on or nothing yet here. Hello, Pathfinder Patriot, how are you? Don't know if this wind noise is going to be an issue here or not. But last night at Freedom Corner, the Patriots were down in their normal spot, no screamers there, no opposition, and they had to set the canopies up though. It was full on raining last night, and God bless them Freedom Corner Patriots, you know. But they had the canopies all set up. We had Dwight, you know, they got two canopies that come together, and the water always drips down in between them. And Dwight was up there with a piece of plastic, and he made like this gutter that kept the water from dripping down. It was fun watching him keep trying that thing, because every once in a while the water would build all up in it and then whoosh, splash out, you know. Hi, Lisa McNeely, hello. Jay Jones, what's up, bud? Priscilla Victor, hello. And then we got, let's see, Dwight led in a prayer last night, but the Patriots are there, man. Rain, snow, shine, wind, anything. These guys are there. 503 nights in a row now. It's amazing. It is perseverance. The hand of God has got to be on them to make it that many nights in a row, man. And you remember the lime juice from back in the summer, okay. We got a phone call right off the get-go from Brian Jackson, which is Tammy's husband, and we got kind of an explanation on the internal thing that was going on. A lot of Patriots were doing, you know, a little worried about what's going on there in the gulag with the guys. And what's going on there is normal stuff that happens in anywhere you are when you got a group of people that are kind of put together, and that, you know, you just got personalities that clash and stuff, and you got other things going on. So I did say I wasn't going to talk about it too much. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and I was mistaken. Doxing Grandma, I was mistaken. You had mentioned in the chat that Jackson was the cop that came down and talked to him, and you are correct. I went back and watched it again this morning, and originally the cop that came down wasn't Jackson, but then Jackson did come up and start explaining to the Patriots his lame excuse on why they got to move down right across the street from the Screamers. And they didn't. They held their ground. They did that vigil last Friday night from in the upper corner there. And then the Screamers came up and were disturbing the peace there. So I don't know why the cops don't go hassle the Screamers. You know, that's the thing. They're either chickens or they are influenced by higher ups that just tell them they got to push us around down there. Get your stuff off the wall. Can't set sides up on the tent. Blah, blah, blah. They're always hassling us for something. And that's just the way it goes. But there makes our Freedom Corner Patriots even tougher, man. You are right, Doxing Graham. I definitely wanted to, if I'm wrong on something, I want to, clear the air on it, for sure. And I thought Jackson was cooler than that, but actually he did not press the issue and make a deal out of it. He went up there, had his explanation to Nicole, and all right, so there's a great video on MAGA Americans about this. MAGA Americans, and I don't know how I missed this last night, but he had his Sunday live show after the vigil, and they got into the subject and talked about what was going on in the vigil. So if you're interested in catching up on all that, you can watch his show. He put together a great little thing at the end of the show, and where he got Google Earth out and everything, and he was actually showing where we were standing, where the Screamers were standing, and where they wanted us to move to. And he did a great presentation on it, man. And hats off to Mags on that. That was a great presentation on it. I would just say know that stuff happens. Stuff happens. And all the J6ers in the gulag right now, there's Antifa kids in there that got caught up in it too. And, there is internal strife going on in there. Everybody who is in the jail for J6 isn't totally innocent. There were people who got violent and vandalized stuff. And, we're just looking for reasonable sentences on these things, one guy gets 7 years for committing a murder, but then J6er gets 7 years for rattling a fence, not even attacking a police, just rattling the fence, and it bumps the cop's leg, and that's assault and battery with a deadly weapon on J6. Not any other date, but yeah. And it is odd that all the Screamers are on first name bases with all the police around there. Yeah, that is odd. That is really odd. And they know which cop is which, and they've had multiple encounters with every single one of them, and they're on first name basis with them, man. You can tell that by watching their videos, which I don't recommend, but they're out there. Those guys live stream too, and they know who the cops are. They deal with them, and I think they're in with them on something. I don't know what. I don't even care about thinking about it, because it's really all a waste of time with those people. Yeah. Nicole did an awesome job, man. Mickey's out of town for a little bit, and Nicole she stood her ground and politely said, no, we're going to do it here. They set up and continued with it. And from then on out, the Screamers came up to that end of the corner then, abandoned their post down below. So yeah, if you want to see that. And then also, Deb for Freedom so this phone call we got from Brian Jackson, he just explains pretty much everything in a coherent, he wasn't screaming or ranting on anything, but he did a great explanation of exactly what's going on, or what went on, basically. And basically, it's over. It's done. It's water under the bridge. Nothing to talk about for a week or two or four or a year or anything. It's over. It happened. It's over. And Deb for Freedom put out a short on that phone call, which is excellent, man, because she cleans up the sound, and you can get a transcript down there. When you're watching a video, under the description, there's a little thing that says more, And you press that, and then a screen will come up and say transcript, and you can watch the transcript of the conversation, which helps you follow along. Because the sound isn't perfect. You know, they're down there, a phone and a microphone and a speaker. But when you got Deb cleaning up the sound on her videos and hit transcript, you can follow along really well on what's being said in the phone call. So yeah, I'm proud of them too, Docs and Grandma. I'm so proud of the Patriots down there. They are going through a lot to bring us the information that's down there. That's for sure. And it wouldn't be getting out. It wouldn't be getting out without them, man. And this guy, the general on Twitter Space, all right, they got Twitter Space. That's not my world. My world is YouTube. I'm not going on Twitter, and a lot of people are. And I got reasons why I don't want to go on Twitter. So, you know, that's that. I'm just doing YouTube for right now. And I'm not bashing anybody that gets on Twitter, but it's just not for me. But there is good information to be had there. So yeah, first phone call of the night last night was Brian Jackson. It was awesome, talking to Tammy on the phone. And then Taylor Jonatakis got on, man. This is the dude with 5 kids. He's like looking at jail time for shaking a fence, basically. And he's in prison. He started talking about there's just too many secrets from our government, too many lies from our government. He was talking about a buddy of his that was in Afghanistan, and they're out there defending democracy, right? No. They're out there defending a poppy field from, with Russians on the other side of the poppy field, putting their life on the line to defend a freaking poppy field, all right? That's our government, what they're doing to us here. They are like, our government is corrupt, everybody. Newsflash. And there's too many secrets and too many lies. And people suffer when the government doesn't tell the truth. And he was talking about how we need a new justice system, man. The system we got is being abused horrendously. People are suffering. People are dying because of it. And it needs to be, we need to have a revamp of it. And we're not going to get anything until we elect out all these representatives that aren't doing their jobs, that are not listening to us at all. We got Republicans that are voting for, more money to Ukraine, for global warming projects, to extend the FISA court warrant thing to spy on Americans. What else? They're in charge of these judges that are down there at J6 that are perverting law and giving these J6ers these sentences that are telling Rudy Giuliani he's got to pay $149 million to the 2 people that frauded the Georgia election on the same day. Why is this woman a judge? And by the way, her name is BERYL Howell. I called my congressman today about it, and I said, you need to impeach that woman. You guys are in charge of justice in D.C., and BERYL Howell is out of control. She's giving political speeches on the side. Judges, when they take that oath, they are not allowed to engage in political activity, period. And this woman is on video giving anti-Trump speeches, yet she still sits on the bench in D.C. Our representatives are the only people that can do something about that, and they can immediately do something about that. And I would, if I could initiate a call to action, is get rid of BERYL Howell from the D.C. court system, man. She's in there convicting J6ers. She just gave that Rudy Giuliani case a outrageous ruling. And I'd say call your Congress people and say, do something about her. Do something about her, man. Does not have the knowledge to sit on a court bench, man. Jane. Let's see. Vote out the rhinos. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, another lady was arrested. That's in Gateway Pondit. Yeah, there is another lady that was arrested there. I saw that, Jane. It's outrageous. It's still going on. It is still going on. Nothing changes till we get representation in Washington, basically. Everybody that voted for Trump and then voted for other representatives, those representatives are totally leaving us hanging. And I'm talking about Ted Cruz, and I'm talking about everyone that you think is on your side is not on your side. They act like they are, they say a couple of good things, but then when it comes down to it, they're voting for these policies. They are allowing this injustice to continue. It's outrageous. Won't get fixed till we get fair elections, and the only way we're getting fair elections is 48 weeks. We the people got to do something to get a fair election, because it ain't going to happen without us doing something about it. So yeah, Taylor talking about new justice system, and then he has a website. It's called Peasants Perspective.com, and this is Taylor Jonatakis' website. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember Robert Morse was a J6er that went through the system. He was calling us all the time. Sentenced, convicted. He is now out in Colorado, I believe, and he had that website, aka the Lego Man with 2 G's, and it had all his stories, his writings, links to interviews that he did and stuff. So don't forget about aka the legoman.com from Robert Morse. That's still out there. But now Taylor, this guy is smart. He's an amazing patriot, family man, and his website is peasantsperspective.com. And I looked it up. It's a great website. I didn't have time to read all the stuff, but it's got a lot of information on Taylor there. After Taylor called, Nicole got up and spoke and said, when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. And that's what I'm talking about on this election, people. We've been screaming about elections. We've been screaming about them machines that are in them election polling places. They are hackable. They haven't gotten rid of them. Here in Pennsylvania, people have been voting against those machines for 30 years, and they're still in there. They're still in there. There is absolutely nothing we can do other than demand it with our numbers that they get them machines out of there. And that's all we need to do. It's a simple solution. It seems scary, but if 50 million of us stand up, it's done. It's done. That's what it's going to take, man. Protesters take over Grand Central in New York. I hope they're protesting something good. I don't know. Are they supporting terrorists? Hamas? All right, we're getting wind here, aren't we? So the protesting is happening. People are standing up, but this Hamas protesting is outrageous in that, who are these people? Where'd they get all them Palestinian flags? But it is kind of showing us how to do it. They're showing us what we got to do. Us, the silent majority, the peaceful people. We don't want trouble, man. And in a Declaration of Independence, after a long train of abuses, the people got to eventually stand up. We have to eventually do something about it, or it won't end. It won't end, man. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Mark Brew was the next phone call. We got a bunch of good phone calls last night. Every single one of them was excellent. Mark Brew called in, and he's talking about the same thing that Frank Quistino's talking about with the corporation of the USA. What happened? Is our country a real country? Is it sold out? Are we pieces of property? Are we human beings? What is it? What's going on here? And he's saying we got to stop consenting to voluntary tyranny. Basically, how that goes is that we are consenting to our own demise, basically, in these courts, man. Okay, thanks, Jay. Sound is okay? Thanks, man. And yeah, another excellent call from Mark Brew. Jared Owens called, and the first thing that he said was like the great information that he got was that he was reading about a South Carolina church that's baptizing 20 to 30 people a week. At this little church in South Carolina, and I don't know where he saw this or anything, but saw that they have baptized 250 people so far this year, which is awesome, man. So there is an awakening happening. And I gotta say, Somebody sent me a great letter to my P.O. box today. It was from Joy. Thanks, Joy. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. That's what we're talking about. There is going to be an awakening here. We are the ambassadors. We got to, like, in addition to telling people how to get their country back, we got to represent Christ here and lead people to salvation when the Lord makes their minds receptive to it, okay? We also got to not partake in the wickedness that's done to us all the time. And that's an ongoing learning lesson, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah, the judges' oaths they've been changed somehow, okay? Not big changes, but it is not the oath that Congress designated that they take. There's a written oath, there's a spoken oath, and Frank found differences in the written oaths, man, that were on the record. First of all, it took him 2 years to get the written oaths. He was lied to, misdirected. FISA court shut him down. He kept persisting on it, and he finally got it. And that's in that interview with Freedom Express Media that David did with Frank Quistino up in New York at the America First warehouse there. It's an awesome hour and a half interview, but if you want to know exactly where Frank Quistino's coming from, that's the interview to watch, man, because he wasn't in jail yet. He was there, and he was supposed to report back for sentencing, and he was out between his conviction and sentencing. So he was a free man when he was saying that stuff, and he is very well spoken, man. Sunkist with the dig. All right. 141 baptisms, South Carolina Church. It's amazing, man. 20 to 30 people a week. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And that's how God works, man. That's how God works. He can raise children from the stones, you know? Just read your scriptures, man. Our God is powerful. He can do amazing miracles, you know? We shortchange the abilities of our God all the time, man. But we know that he is leading the way, man. Kavanaugh has a legit oath. All right, Jay. This is a discussion that we need to have. So maybe this is a thing for Twitter Spaces or something, because the YouTube way of discussing things really doesn't work unless we get like a couple of people in on the show here or something. And that's a possibility too. But these are the discussions that we need to have. Belinda says that was the Lighthouse Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Awesome stuff. So thanks for the inspiration, Joy. That was an awesome thing that you sent me there today. I love it. And yeah, Jared Owens went on to have another awesome conversation about, you know, things that are going on and with our country and stuff. So the guys in the prison are over the drama that just occurred with the Twitter space and the general and that guy and all that stuff. So they're over it. We're back to normal here. No need to trash on it anymore. Jeff Sable called in, and Frank Quistino got on the phone also after the anthem. And it was a soggy night there, but they sang the anthem. They sang the last song. It was great work, Patriots. Frank Quistino penned a letter to the Gateway Pundit that he says will be out on the Gateway Pundit shortly. Or at least that's what he was told. So we'll have to be looking for that. And where he will undoubtedly have an excellent explanation of what he's been talking about on the last... Man, he's called in, I don't know, close to a dozen times now, I would imagine. And he recommended a website called truthinmedia.com, which is, I believe, Laura Logan's web page. So there's a lot of great articles on truthinmedia.com. And I think they're mostly interviews that Laura Logan had did. And Laura Logan has been down at the corner for us. She's written articles about us. And she is up on the topic of J6. That's truthinmedia.com. Okay, and then Nicole is having a lot of fun with this Festivus thing, man. So on the 20th, which is what, 2 more days? Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday is Festivus. And, you know, it's a silly holiday, but I kind of like it. It's like air your grievances and then forever hold your peace. It's the one chance where you get to just sit down and share with everybody what you were totally disappointed in this past year. And then you air the grievance. I don't know what else the official, you know, party is with the Festivus, but air your grievance and then forget it. Shut up about it. Move on. Start a whole new year. And I think that's kind of cool, you know. I thought when I first heard Festivus, it was some kind of anti-Christian, pagan thing we shouldn't be doing, but I don't know. I'm kind of having fun with it too. And knowing Nicole, she's not a pagan. She is a beautiful Christian woman, and she's having some fun with this. And, you know, let's go with it. Let's go with it, Nicole. I'm digging it. I'm gonna pen something about it. I got a lot of grievances, that's for sure. So yeah, 20th is the Festivus. Air your grievances. Okay, so that was it. That was night 503 in a row at J6. Way to go, Patriots, man. Oh, look. 00 Jericho's on the 00 Jericho channel. I don't even want to read your stuff, dude. Do with them what you will. Let's see. All right, so I was told this guy, 00 Jericho, went on AP's live stream and was impersonating me on her live stream there. So, you know, I don't know if you think that's cool, man. You think you're a faceless coward or what? You think that's funny to try to get somebody in trouble by impersonating somebody else and just unreasonable, unbelievable. But there you are. There's people doing it right there. Bye-bye. Okay, in other news, we got 46 weeks to fix this election, man, and we got to come up with a plan. I keep saying God's going to lay out some kind of a plan, and we're going to run with it when it happens. That's what I am ready to do here. In other news, man, I am hearing about this new cancer cure that can shrink tumors in 48 hours, okay? This is something, and then I looked it up a little bit. It was kind of discovered in 2015. So I kind of wish my sister, who had breast cancer in 2015 or 2017, I wish she would have known about this, but her doctors didn't tell her about it. It's a tree called the bushwood tree, or the blushwood tree that grows in northern Australia, from which they extract a compound called EBC46. And this is all on the internet. I looked it all up today. It's a molecule that can fight cancer. They've been injecting it directly into tumors, and it begins shrinking the tumor in 48 hours. I mean, like immediate action. This is on a channel called Disclose TV. They've been using it on dogs. I saw photographs of dogs with, you know, softball-sized tumors that are gone. And, you know, after the thing shrinks, you get a wound there, and that heals up eventually. But immediate reversal of actively growing tumors. So it's amazing why all doctors aren't screaming about this from the rooftop. But then again, it isn't, because that would put them all out of business now, wouldn't it, man? All right, Jay, you tell him, man. There's only one 00 Jericho, right? What a loser. What a loser. All right, they school me in mine. Oh, man, Belinda. That's awesome news. Wow. Wow. That's a glory, hallelujah, all the way right there. Amen. Sherry, you've been through the ringer. You know, those doctors, it is all money, Debi. It is all money. That's why we got, all right, so once again, here we are. Are we voluntarily complying with an evil medical system here? Is that what's going on? Because I've been studying alternative medicines now for like 10 years and learning just basic herbal remedies to things. And a lot of times you'll have some type of a problem. And really all you got to do is drink a certain kind of tea for a week or two and it'll take that away. But then you go to the doctor and they'll tell you, oh no, you got a tumor there. It's, you know, there's other things that kind of you would think are breast cancer, but they're just temporary things that will eventually go away. It's endless. It's endless. So we got to be smart. We got to be smart. And our rising illiteracy rates here in America don't help that out at all, do they? We got to be smart. And that's what I'm talking about, supplementing your children's education. When they get home from school, you got to supplement that information that they just got with, you know, good information and teach them to filter information. You can't just send them to school and go, yep, job done. They're your children, man. They're a responsibility, and you want them to be smart. And I want us to be smart, too. And that requires figuring stuff out, looking stuff up, experimenting with things, especially on the medical stuff there. And I believe in any kind of a solution to a medical issue should have immediate relief, you know. You'll know something's going to work if it starts working immediately. Oh, right on. You got a great church there, Belinda. Great church. I know I've been to Pisgah National Forest. Is that in West Virginia, I think? Debi's telling her doctor stuff. All right, Debi. Yeah, Pathfinder Patriot. I bet you got a lot of stories about stuff like that, I know. I had extreme back problems 3 or 4 times in my life, and I learned how to take care of that and manage it with Tai Chi. I mean, it's so simple. But, you know, before I learned about the Tai Chi, I was going to physical PT, physical therapy for months at $250 a visit, and an insurance company was paying for it, so I didn't care. But it was worthless. It was absolutely worthless. And then once I did figure the Tai Chi solution to it out, I went back and did the exercises that the PT people were telling me to do, and it made my back hurt. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. But I swear, that's the truth, man. The exercises these people are telling you to do at PT might be actually creating more harm. That's my personal experience right there. So yeah, all right, you guys are all up on it, man. Jay's talking about it. Pathfinder Patriot, Debi. Yeah, man, we know, all right? So maybe there's another message we got to spread out. But they made rules. You can't give medical advice if you're not a licensed doctor. So you got to really watch what you say to people, or they can come back and sue you because they said, oh, I listened to what he said, and, you know, but I did it backwards, and, you know, just watch what you say to the stupid people. Maybe like pre-qualify people before you tell them tidbits of information like that, man. North Carolina, that's where it is, yeah. Yeah, I know I camped in Pisgah National Forest there. I definitely remember it. Another beautiful spot in our country, man. We got a wonderful country. Okay. There was just a little thing on my news feed. All right, so by the way, I watch a news feed. It's called Hayden Music Page, all one word, on Rumble every morning. This guy puts together a great, like, 45-minute, 1-hour show every morning of what happened the day before. And if you guys are looking for some type of a news feed like that, Hayden Music Page, Heydon Music Page is on Rumble. And this guy has been consistent. I don't think he has missed a day since I started watching him 3-4 years ago. And he does a really cool thing, a little guitar riff at the beginning, gets you warmed up, get your coffee, get your cigarette, and then you're ready for the show. And then I start just taking notes because he's feeding me information that I didn't know happened, just like you guys feed me information right here. That's right, Cleo. They only make money when you stay sick. Oh, wow, man. Belinda, what a blessing. 16 years in Haiti. Wow, building churches over there. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is a blessing, Belinda. Getting time with your kids and your grandkids. That is awesome. So anyways, Hayden Music Page. On there was this thing noting how Jacob Chanley, the QAnon shaman from J6, you know, he was the Buffalo Horns guy, broke into the Capitol, actually was led into the Capitol, into the chamber. And then once he got there, what did he do? After all the photographers that were planted in there to take pictures of him coming in, he walked up to the seat where the leader, the head guy sits in there, and he prayed. So he broke into the Capitol to pray, right? And what just happened the other day? Somebody breaks into the Senate hearing rooms to have a gay porn film made, you know? We're talking about degenerates. So Jake Chanley went to jail for what, 2.5 years for that? Let's see what happens to these guys, you know? How disgusting that was. And are we gonna see a two-tiered system of justice there? I would imagine we are, right? No, I would imagine we are. Yeah, I gotta do, ooh, I can see much better against that green background. Learned it from my grandma, great-grandma, grow many of my own herbs. All right, Belinda. Learned to live in the woods. Apple cider vinegar and honey is a great remedy for just about everything. Then you got castor oil, that works out as a good, yeah, there's so many good things. Belinda, if you have a favorite like reference book or something with all that in it, I wouldn't mind to get your opinion and have that in the chat here. I gave out an author that I watch or think her books are good, named Rachel Weaver, and silly for him put the links in there and everything. But if you got one that you like, let me know. Which one is one that you like? If there's one. I know you probably got a whole library of these books, but because that's what you end up doing. Every time I see a book on herbal knowledge, I buy it, you know. So I got, I don't know, 60, 70 books on that topic, man. Yeah, where was the Capitol Police when they were making the vid? They were probably watching the security cameras because, you know, they're into that too, I'm sure. So yeah, it was just ironic. Jake Chanley breaks in, does that, gets 2.5 years prison, and let's see what happens to these guys. The longer it goes, the more is exposed. And let's see, homelessness is soaring. There's an incredible homeless problem going on, and it's getting worse. And the people who this FJB economy isn't affecting yet are totally ignoring the whole thing, man. Okay, the Patriot Nurse on YouTube is amazing. Okay, take note. Patriot Nurse on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is excellent for learning about this stuff. There's a whole bunch of them there, man. Yeah, don't spray dandelions. They are good for all sorts of things. I always thought, the more I learned, I always thought, like, isn't it ironic that when we get to the pearly gates, you know, and people are gonna be going, oh, I died of diabetes or, you know, lung cancer or whatever. God's going to turn them around and go, well, look, I was making that weed grow in your backyard, and if you just utilized and learned about that weed right there, you probably would have been able to cure yourself. But no, the world kept us stupid. The father of all lies. Okay, back to Eden. Is it? I got that one too, and that is one of my favorites because it's so old, and it goes way back. Back to Eden is, like Belinda says, 1935, and it's all still valid. I learned about valerian tea there to help you sleep, so you don't got to do drugs to go to sleep. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Yeah, they're good too. They published a book. Okay, I didn't know that. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Okay, the interview with Laura Logan and Clay Higgins. That's on that website I just gave you. That Frank Quistino gave us. Truth in Media. That's where I saw that. And Clay Higgins is on this thing where they found these FBI buses, where undercover FBI, they actually dropped them off in different spots all around the Capitol, early hours on January 6th. Definitely evidence you cannot ignore. And once you got it on video, our representatives are in deep shit right now. They better start paying attention. But I called my Republican Party. There's nobody in the tubes to replace our Republican guy here right now. So they're going to lose this election. They're going to lose this election. All right. Sunkist with the link. The Patriot Nurse on YouTube. Excellent, excellent. Here we are, spreading information, spreading healing, spreading knowledge. Mullion, yeah. Mullion, you can smoke it, right? That's true. And it is so cool to learn all this stuff. And once you learn how to identify these plants, you really don't even gotta garden it. They grow all over the place. You'll just find a spot where you can find mullein plants whenever you need them, you know? And then if you're really up on it, you go out and find a mullein when it's in the right peak season to pick. And then you can just pick it, dry it at home, and create your own medicine cabinet, basically. I did that back in 2016. I still have all that stuff I dried up. You know, red clover, mullein, nettles leaves, raspberry leaves. All kinds of these leaves are just excellent for you. And then every year we got field mustard that grows here. Man, you just have a couple of plates of that. That's like one of the most nutritious foods in the world. Awesome, awesome information, everybody. Here's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Thank you, Sunkist. What a team we are. I love it. Okay, the homelessness is soaring. Michigan, they tried to challenge the fact that Trump was going to be on the ballot. And they were trying to say he couldn't be on the ballot, just like, I think, Wisconsin and a couple other states. And they're all trying to do this. But Michigan just ruled that Trump could stay on the ballot for the primary in Michigan. Another wasted money, wasted time for our judicial system. People bringing these frivolous lawsuits in, but they're getting at least ruled upon the proper way, I believe. There's no reason to take Trump off of any ticket, man. That's what communist dictatorships do. And then I mentioned Judge BERYL Howell, the Rudy Giuliani judge. Call your congressman, tell him to impeach her now. Her outrageous rulings have to end sooner or later. Sooner or later, somebody's got to do. How many families has Judge BERYL Howell destroyed now with J6 rulings? Priscilla's smoking the dandelions. Right on. I smoked clover. Clover's pretty good. But nothing like just great American tobacco. And then also right now, TPUSA is going on. This is with all the big right-wing social media guys like Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk, Kennedy, that chick Kennedy. And there are some good clips coming out of that. Oh, Vivek Ramaswamy was there. I do believe Trump even gave a speech. I haven't had time to watch the whole thing yet. But Vivek is really, man, the dude is so, when he speaks, it's like perfect flows of words, that you can follow with your mind. He puts words together that are easily digested by my mind, at least. And there's no confusion in his message. He must think about it and memorize it or something, because words don't just flow out of my mouth like it does for Vivek, man. But he's given some great speeches at the TPUSA conference. That's on day 3 right now, I believe. Today is day 3 of the TPUSA conference. And if you get a chance to watch any of that, I would call it worthy. Catnip, you can smoke catnip. Catnip is an herb. I know you can drink tea. Right, they bring them to the courts. It's not their money they're spending. It's the taxpayer money. So taking our tax money and trying to take our candidate out of the race, man. That's what communist countries do, patriots. So anyways, I'm looking forward to Vigil 504 tonight. And hopefully they're going to have some better weather. It's pretty breezy today, but I'm hoping the rain stopped for them down there on Freedom Corner. Yeah, Belinda, I don't know about Vivek either. I'm not going to vote for him for president, but I do like his patriotism and common sense. But there is that World Economic Forum angle to him. They did pay for his college. So I take it for what it is. He is the only guy speaking truth on that stage in the Republican debates. And I think he's going to wind up endorsing Trump and be a potential candidate for some future position in the future. But yeah, keep an eye on him for sure. There is that globalist thing about him. Yeah, cats go crazy with catnip. That is a funny thing to watch there. So Patriots, thanks for joining me today. Metal is joy. Thank you for sending me that note of inspiration today. That was definitely timely and needed. And all right, Silly's got the link for the TPUSA stuff. That's called Turning Point USA. TPUSA stands for Turning Point USA. This is something that they've been doing the last, I don't know, I've noticed it for at least the last 4 years, I think. And yeah, it's just great to watch these Republicans get together, man. They're talking like this is the last election. They're definitely on the same page I am with the urgency to this next election. So let's hope we get our act together, Patriots. And if you can, help me out. This is my P.O. box. We were talking about getting my website out there. Or not website, email address out there. I'm still considering that. That's another leap of faith I'm going to have to take. I have a hard time managing stuff on a computer or on my phone because I don't have a computer. And I feel like my email is already clogged up with just junk that just comes to you anytime you do anything on the computer. So I'm a little leery of that. But I'm still considering it, Annette. Thank you. And Patriots, thanks for joining me. I'll see you at the corner tonight in the chat. Let's pray for our J6ers and their families. Pray for the Freedom Corner Warriors. Pray for all the streamers out there. Pray for you all in the chat with our patriotic mindset. Let's keep it going, Patriots. I think we've got some momentum as long as we don't get mired into the drama. Water under the bridge is exactly that. It's nothing to be hashed again. It's over, done with. Tomorrow's another day. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's not be talking about yesterday. So God bless you, Patriots. I love you all. We'll see you out there in the chat. This is Jericho. Over and out.